Hello everybody, this is Ariane Arsenault from La Fée de la Mer Handmade Soaps. Today I am taking you to my soap shop's backyard because my garden needs a makeover. I am so happy that I am doing a collaboration with Vego Garden, and they have sent me some raised beds. I only brought one out, the other boxes are in the shed, as well as some accessories to go with the raised beds so that I can garden and grow beautiful herbs and plants to include into my soaps. In 2017, my workshop was built, and in the following summer, we built the garden. So I had a contractor do all of the yard work. Of course, I didn't do all of this myself. And they built some raised beds for me that are made of wood. They are untreated wood. And after a couple years of being out in the sun and the harsh island weather, most of the raised beds are rotten, and I needed a way to fix this. So I started researching online what I could replace them with, and I stumbled on Vego Garden. I reached out to them and they were thrilled to send me some free raised beds so that I could revamp my whole garden in exchange for videos and shout out in my social media. Today we will be doing an unboxing video, and then later on, as I build my garden or rebuild my garden, I will keep you guys posted and show you the end results. Of course, living in the Magdalene Islands, it's still pretty cold. Who am I kidding? It's the end of May and it's like 8 degrees Celsius. It's not that warm yet. I have goosebumps. So we start gardening a little bit later than on the mainland, but I will keep you posted on how the raised beds are doing, how they perform, and how I like them. So I chose them because they looked robust. They are built to last for 20 years more. Vego Garden is a sustainable company. They are very mindful about the environment and the materials that they use to create their products. I will leave all of the links to Vego Garden. They do have an online store for the US. They also ship to Canada, but not all items are available to Canada, but most of the raised beds are. So let's unbox. Here is a modular garden sifter so that I can sift out the weeds from my soil. And what do we have here? Oh, Vego Garden solar lights. I think this will be so nice to have these at night so I can walk around the garden and still see where I'm going. It will, I don't know, not that I'm going to be gardening at night, but I think that it brings a special touch to the finished look of the garden. Solar garden light. I got a little card. I'm going to stick it in there. I will be keeping all of my boxes. I will lay them flat, remove all of the tape, because you can line your raised beds with cardboard. So I will repurpose all of this in a little bit. I got more of the solar lights right in here, and let's take a look at what they look like. Oh, so if I am not wrong, these are actually magnetic and they adhere to the raised beds once they are assembled, and they are solar powered, of course, so can't wait to see what these look like on. I really like that all of the packaging is either compostable, reusable, or recyclable. This is the modular garden sifter. I'm really thrilled about that because I have lots of weeds in my garden, so maybe I'll be able to get rid of it. Whoops. And here it is. Vego Garden has also sent me a self-watering rolling tomato planter pot with trellis. I'm not quite sure what I will use it for yet because we don't grow tomatoes here at the soap shop, but perhaps I can find another plant that will find its home in there. And voila, here it is. Maybe I could use this for my Scotch lovage, which is a herb that grows wild here. I do have some in my garden that I naturalized in here. It looks like celery or parsley or a blend between the two, but it grows in salty areas like the islands. So maybe I'll try and grow some Scotch lovage in here. And we have all the parts, as well as here, and the instructions with a QR code that I can scan later to assemble it. And now the pièce de résistance, the raised beds. I got a total of 5 raised beds, 4 like this one, and another one that makes more of a wider square or wider, bigger rectangle. So these are 32 inches tall. They do have them in 17 inches as well. My actual raised beds are a bit lower, and I have back issues. I have osteoarthritis. I have pain in my L5 and S1, and I do have pain in my knees that has started in the past year. So I'm trying to take care of my body, and gardening with raised beds that are taller will help me not to bend down as much and then lessen the back pain, hopefully. It says 30 minutes to assemble, 100% recyclable material, and 6 different configurations. So these are made of food-safe agriculture paint. It's patent zinc alloy coating and steel substrate. It's extremely resistant to corrosion, which is super important to me because I live in the middle of the Gulf St. Lawrence. Everything here rusts. So we'll be able to put these to the test and see if they can withhold island weather. Yeah, they have a superheat reflection to maintain optimal soil temperature, no harmful substances leaching to the soil, which is very important, especially if you grow vegetables and herbs for food consumption, and 100% green materials. Everything is recyclable, and so this is what is included in each box, and these are all of the configurations that you can do with it. So you can make like a 47 cubic feet, more of a wider rectangle. You can make it long and narrow. There's like different configurations that you can do with this one item, which is great. So I'm gonna try and reproduce as close as possible the raised beds that I have at the moment. And oh, my kitties are rolling around in the sun and they're so happy. Sorry, I got distracted by some cute kitties. And here's Billy, cute Billy. My kids love her. She's so sweet and her nose is pink. Oh, it's very nicely packed. You can see the curved edges that are going to be the corners. So let's see. Voila. These are the side panels. I will set them aside, and some extra fasteners are included in this package. Make sure that you inspect everything so you don't throw any good parts out when you receive your raised beds. And voila, everything is there. I'm gonna disassemble this box, flatten out all of my cardboard, and start assembling. I have one raised bed fully assembled. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep it in this configuration. I may remove one of the side panels and pop it onto the other side so I have it like a longer, more narrow bed. But I did build this on my own with no power tools, and it took me just under an hour. I decided to remove one of the side panels and switch it over to this side so I could have a configuration that matches my actual raised beds better. This will also make it easier when we have to mow the lawn, as if I made them wider, I don't think my lawnmower would actually go through these very easily. So now all that I need to do is put this liner all around so that we don't have any sharp edges. And I will be ready to take out another box and start assembling. Thank you so much to Vego Garden who agreed to do this collaboration. I hope you've enjoyed watching me in the process of building and remodeling this raised garden bed. Please keep following my social media as I will keep you guys updated while I build other raised beds. Once I install them, fill them with earth and plant some seedlings and baby plants in them so I can grow beautiful herbs and flowers in my garden this summer in order to include in my handmade soaps. I will leave all of the links for Vego Garden down below this video. Just so you know, I am an affiliate, so if you make a purchase, please use my links as it gives me a small commission. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will get the people from Vego Garden to chime in and answer your questions if there are any. And until next time, well, you guys take care and have a great day.